Okay, it's not letting me go live.
It says connect streaming software to go live, so she's doing it.
Okay.
Ooh,
we have to be really close.
Oh, so close.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, let's go live here.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
And I'm a little crooked there.
So we're looking so good.
Oh my God, Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hello. Let's go over here to StreamYard. So hey y'all, we're live today with
Jordan, hi, what's up?
Hi, I'm Valorie.
It's Sunday. It's a great day to really get into the groove on your acting career as we go into another month, guys. I'm Jordan. I'm here with the lovely founder of Actors Fast Track, Valorie Hubbard, the one and only. Thank you all for joining us for another awesome stream.
Yay! Okay, so first things first, we are going to give away a $497 package today, where I'm going to work with you on your brand and your pitch. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can ask questions. So we'd like you to come over here to our live. And the way you do that is you go to my website, actorsfasttrack.com, right? And on there's a live button on the top. So you can go live on the top. So you can be eligible to win our $497 package that we're going to give away today.
Which is going to be excellent time with you, which is really important. So guys, go check actorsfasttrack.com go click the go live button and you can join us today. And when you join us, guys, everyone who's joining us and commenting gets exactly one entry to the giveaway. But the more you comment, the more chances you get to win. So we're so happy to have everyone here. And we have people here from New York City. We got people here. Where else are people coming today?
Yeah. Where are you joining us from, y'all? Awesome. Look at this.
Love it.
My screen is frozen. Okay. So let's talk about agents.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Jump in.
All right. So we want to talk about agents because here's the thing, you guys. If I walk into a room with 1,000 actors and I ask them, what are you doing for your career? Most of you are going to tell me, well, I'm looking for an agent because mine sucks. And obviously, I need new headshots and I'm going to take this amazing acting class. All of those reasons are the reasons that you're not working as an actor. If you're not reaching out to your customers on a regular basis, that's problematic. Mm-hmm. However, once you get to a certain level in your acting career and you have relationships with customers, then it does become time to find an agent.
100%.
Right? So as Jordan knows, I only allow my clients once a year to look for an agent.
It's true.
Because most of you guys are getting your stuff together for an entire year to get an agent, which is stupid. I'm sorry that I called you stupid, but here's the thing. This is like that. It's like your acting career is a restaurant. You have the doors locked. You're not letting the customers in and you have your back turned and you're trying to find a manager for your restaurant. No. We don't want that. We don't want you to just find a manager for your restaurant, your acting career. We want you to already have customers coming into your acting career, casting directors, producers, and writers, and you're actually starting to get work, and then you get an agent, right?
Definitely. And I think a great way to think about it is you just said, like, she only lets us one month a year focus on agents, because most of the time the thinking that I find with most actors, including myself before I found Actors Fast Track, was that you spend the whole year putting stuff together to find that agent, when it should be the reverse. You spend the whole year working on your career. So then that 1 month, the agent's ready and has prepared to find you because you've done so much work on yourself.
Right.
And therefore you're not preparing for an agent, you're preparing, you're getting your work together. And then when you find an agent that you like, you have to interview them to see if they're worth it for you, not the other way around.
Exactly. So yes, once a year for the last 14 years, we have done a pitch fest at the end of July. Where you get to do a 1-minute pitch for agents from all over the world. It's a video pitch. You get to do it live. And it's, oh my God, you should see the agents I have lined up for this year. I just got Simon Allen, Harder Allen from London.
Wow.
He's the hot thing right now.
He's super hot.
Yeah, he's an American agent in London. He's amazing. So I just got him. He signed on. We have some really great people signing on to be with us this year for you guys to do a pitch. So normally, because I have to pay these people to be there to listen to your pitches, and 21 people got signed last year. 21 actors got signed. So normally the tickets are $97, but if you're on here today, you can get a ticket for the Actors Pitch Fest for $47.
$47.
Where are you going to go pitch yourself in a group of agents for $47? Good luck. Find a casting workshop where you're going to do that.
Oh yeah.
Right? Find the casting. And so they're putting up the
right below us, guys. You'll see
so see there's a QR code up in the top for you guys that are on TikTok. You can if you want to win the $497 prize today, you need to come over here to our actual stream, which we'll talk about in a minute. But if you want to get that ticket, you can get it in my profile on TikTok. You can get the ticket for the Summer Pitch Fest at $47 today.
Definitely.
Right? So join us. It's Sunday, July 26th. You get to pitch yourself for 1 minute to a room full of agents. Okay. And that's great for that price point.
Oh yeah. And I think a big thing about this, guys, is as an actor, right? I think we've thought very small over the last couple of years, but after, we noticed so many people in so many different countries coming here and us going there. The great thing about the Pitch Fest is you're going to be able to pitch yourself to international agents. So if you are someone in the States trying to work overseas, we have agents for that. If you're someone overseas trying to work in the States, we have agents for that. I think the big thing is that you can look. We have people from Italy today. We have people from London, England today, from Prague, from New York. We have people from all over the world because acting is universal and worldwide now.
Yeah, it's global.
It's global.
It's a global world we live in, right? There's Graham Yost is a producer in LA, and he produces 2 shows in London, Silo, more than that, and Slow Horses. Right? So it's a global world we live in right now. And so we want you to be able to pitch. So if you are in London and you want to pitch for a Los Angeles agent, you can do that at the Pitch Fest. And we actually have managers signed up that have signed our clients in other countries. And so we bring those people back because they understand it's a global world, like Bohemia Group, right? Like Union Management, like Little Angels. Yeah. Don't let that name, she has several of my clients. And in fact, she has one of my clients that was in the last 2 James Bond movies.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, there are Actors Fast Track people everywhere. And I think that's a great thing to see. That's why we're so excited to be able to do this with you guys now, because we're going to be telling you so many more exciting things. And when you sign up for the Pitch Fest, you also get prepared to pitch, which I think is really important. I don't know where else you can get something to help you prepare to pitch for $47.
Yeah, we have a 5-day challenge leading up to the Pitch Fest where I'm going to help you build your 1-minute pitch, right? So I'm going to help you build your 1-minute pitch for agents and managers. So you guys tell me all the time, Valorie, I just need an agent. If you have this belief that if you just had that agent, everything would be okay. Now, that's not
people laugh.
Yeah. That's not necessarily true, right? And we do want you the rest of the year building your relationships, because the truth is the only reason you're not working as an actor is because no one knows who you are.
100%.
It's not because you're not talented enough. It's not because you don't have the right agent. It's not because you're not pretty enough or you're too fat or whatever you think it is. It's because they don't know who you are.
It's because you're not building relationships. And that's one of the biggest things that I learned as an actor with Actors Fast Track, and what's helped me become successful over the last 10 years plus working with Valorie now, which is crazy. But that whole thing is about building relationships. So when you build relationships, and guys, it is that whole thing about it's who you know. But the reality is that you're an actor. They can't create anything without actors, guys. So we are important aspects of every single project. So when you build relationships, who knows what they're going to lead into? Yeah. And I think that that's what's really important. And your agent and your manager are just a part of all the different relationships you're going to build in your acting career. We have casting directors, and we have producers and showrunners and directors and all that stuff, which is what you learn when you sign up with Actors Fast Track.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a bunch of, Emily said she's gone a couple of times, and we have a bunch of new people, Emily. We're really working on that. So Thanks for saying that. And yes, we'll have some new people for you. Yeah. So, yeah, and I also think that what happens is a lot of times when you get out of acting school and some people sign with a big agency, I'm always scared for them because no one teaches us in acting school how to be in a relationship with an agent. No one.
No business acumen, I think, at all. Like, we don't know how to prepare ourselves, just like how to like be a jester, but not how to build a brand. But the fact is that we're the entrepreneurs of our own business.
Yeah. No one tells an actor that. See, no one tells an actor that you're an entrepreneur, and that's why actors fail because 80% of entrepreneurs fail within the first 5 years. And if you don't even know you're an entrepreneur and what that means, then that's why you're not working. That's why. And I think this whole thing about like, only some people are successful, this whole 2% thing that I hear other coaches talking about, if that's true, then I'm an anomaly because 30 to 40% of my clients are making a living acting. So that's way more than 2%, right? So you guys, you can make a living so much acting this right now. We have a client, including her. We have a client that's going to make $250,000 this year doing user-generated content. All right. I mean, wouldn't you rather be doing that and obviously making $250,000 than waiting tables? I'm just asking. I wish I would have had the ways that we have to make money when I got out of acting school.
Oh yeah. And I think a big thing that you said was just like, being a successful actor now, there's so many different definitions of what that is. I think the first thing is you can have the career that you want and the roles that you want and the kind of lifestyle that you want with an acting career where you're feeding yourself, you're housing yourself, you're living your life as a professional working actor. And there are so many different ways to do that now, UGC being one of them. And I actually am fortunate enough to co-teach one of the classes of UGC with this guy, Mike Provenzano, who we just talked about, who is making $250,000 this year doing UGC. And I mean, I've been doing this for a couple years and I still learn from him because there's so many different ways that actors can make money through making their own content. And no, you don't have to be an influencer. And no, you don't have to be like a crazy person doing insane skits. No, you can actually get paid. I make up to 5 figures a month minimum doing UGC every month. It's a great little addition to my pocket. And then on top of that, I also do live stream hosting. I'm also acting. I'm doing, different series. And we, of course, have vertical series. There are so many ways to make money as an actor now. It just depends on, are you prepared for it?
Yeah. So we're going to offer our UGC course, which is normally $297. Yeah. We sold it for $297. We're going to offer it today for $97. So if you would like to get that, that's up on the screen right now, that QR code. And I just want to say this, if you want to come over here and be eligible to win a branding session with me, which is $497.
Yep.
If you want to spend an hour with me, have me help you on your brand and your pitch, you got to come over here to the live stream. So you just go to actorsfasttrack.com and up at the top, it says live. And you can hit that live right now and come over here to the actual StreamYard where we're streaming from right now.
Definitely. And guys, I think what's really important to mention is on top of that is just the fact that when you come here and if you're signing up today to get the $47 pitch fest, to get the $97 UGC and the free branding session with Valorie, that's like thousands of dollars worth of resources. And on top of that, even alone, I don't know where else you can get a $47 ticket to pitch to an agent and the chance to learn a brand new skill that you can watch over and over and over again to learn the skills to become a UGC creator. And I think a great thing to talk about, we've been talking about agents and being prepared the whole year to get an agent, but what you do throughout the year, it's not just auditions, it's your branding. And that's one of the things that we also talk about in UGC is that you have to know how to brand yourself as a creator, just like you need to brand yourself as an actor. And I think that had I not known how to brand myself, I wouldn't know how to pitch myself.
Yeah. I had this huge fight with this casting director online.
Just one?
Because no, I've had some fights with, they're always casting directors no one's heard of, but like, they're not like the big casting directors that are friends of mine. And I know, but she came on and she said, branding for actors is ridiculous. Please do not listen to that. I know because I've worked with thousands of actors, the people that are the most branded are the people that work.
Yes.
Period. Like they need to know what to do with you in 5 seconds. And if they don't know what to do with you, they're going to move on to the next one. And no one is buying versatile. I have been a working actor for 42 years. I have never seen a breakdown that said we're looking for a versatile actor. It just doesn't happen. Right?
Yeah.
It
I think
just
you always
doesn't
say
happen.
a confused mind never buys. And that's the fact is as an actor as well, confused mind never buys. The more specific I am and how I know how to market myself and I show them where I fit in their world,
Yeah.
there's no more questions. There's nothing. It's more like I prepared myself to be here. And this is how you can see me because I know how I see myself as an actor.
Yeah. Yeah. So, come over here to the live. Just go to actorsfasttrack.com and you'll see the live button on the top and come over here so you can be eligible to win that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a $497 package and I want to help you. My goal is to change the way you do business, like globally, to change the way actors do business. And that's coming, you guys. There's a lot of things that are going to change in the next couple of years, like actors no access and spotlight. Like they might be going out the door, right? We need a new way of doing business. We need a way because we can make a living now as an actor. And don't let anyone tell you it's only about luck. You don't have any control. All the bull crap they've sold us. They sold me this too, you all, that it's all about luck. Right. You don't have any control. Only a few make it. Only 2%. How can you be part of the 2%? I mean, I see these people over and over. Or let me help you get your package together for the next year to get an agent. No. So all of those things we need a new voice. And I'm that voice right now.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely the voice. And I think also, guys, another thing is that the biggest misconception that I know helped me is that, oh, you're an actor, you are not allowed to talk to these people. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing that I will say, building relationships, you can talk to people because they're your colleagues. And speaking about business and branding and agents and everything, we also have the Biz School available today for $297, which has all the courses, including branding, including pitching, including UGC and everything, which gives you access and you can continuously watch it. So we're not just giving you one resource, we're giving you multiple resources. It's like Actor University.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you've already bought the 97, and you want to join the Actors Biz School, we're selling the Actors Biz School, which is normally $997. We're selling it today for $297. There's like 15 courses in there. And you get the recordings. There's branding for the actor, marketing for the actor, sales for the actor.
LinkedIn for the actor.
Yes, LinkedIn for the actor, UGC for the actor, how to get, keep, or fire your agent, how to set up systems in your business. There's a ton of courses. They have constantly been updated. And it's a really, really great program. And it's $297. So you're going to get all these courses, lifetime access to these courses. And so, join us for that today, for the Actors Biz School. So yeah, that's what we got. We got specials here today.
We're full of specials, guys. And guys, everyone joining us on TikTok and everyone joining us live right now, how many people here want an agent or think that right now their career is stalled because they don't have an agent?
Yes.
Comment below. Let us see. I want to see where everyone's mind's at today so we can really help everybody.
Yeah. And so
hi everybody joining us on TikTok, Firefighter, Judy Lynn, 10-Star Love, everyone that's here on live and everyone that's joining us on StreamYard. I have Ivan and Yasmin and Emily and Laura. Thank you guys. Can you please explain what a pitch video is, like a video presentation? Oh, yes. What a good question. Yes, we love this question.
Yes, we can. Okay, here we go. So there are 2 types of pitch videos. Well, there's 3 actually, but you're either going to do a customer pitch, which is a pitch to your customers, casting directors, producers, and writers. So if you're doing that kind of pitch, they all have one thing in common. They're telling stories. They're either casting, directing, producing, or writing stories. And we act out those stories, right? So when you're pitching them, you're telling them how you fit into the stories they're telling. And so that would be like the roles you've played before, maybe a little branding statement, your special skills. Like, what do you bring to the table? And it should be no longer than 1 minute because we have no attention span these days. So make sure it's only 1 minute. Now, that's how you pitch a casting director, producer, and writer. And there's two types of pitches. There's a general pitch, like, hey, I'm Valorie Hubbard. My credits include Castle, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., How I Met Your Mother, Resident Evil Extension, True Blood, American Horror Story. And I love your work, everything you've ever done. And I specifically love this. So that would be like, that's a specific one. A general one would be like, I tend to play the buoyant ballsy broad who will take you through the fun house, and so I'm using my credits and my brand to pitch someone. Now, if I'm pitching an agent, they are about money.
Oh, yeah.
They are commission-based salesperson. So you have to tell them in your pitch what you have that equals money. So what do you have that equals money? Your credits, who you know, your auditions you've already had, your special skills, and a little bit of your brand. And if you went to a top acting school, you can drop that in there, right? But that's it. That's it. You're not telling them, I'm a nice person and I will always show up. That's assumed, right? It's assumed that you know how to audition when you're trying to get an agent. And a lot of you don't know how to audition. That's why you shouldn't be getting an agent.
Or not auditioning, I think, is another thing. A lot of you guys are waiting for agents. And I would love to know why you think an agent's going to help you get to the next level. Because I think that a big point is that I know that when I got started, the biggest thing was like, oh, you have to join the union first before you do anything else. Or why are you auditioning? You have to get someone to get the auditions for you. And all of that is like archaic knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is, if you're not already auditioning, why should someone even sell you when you're not even knowing how to sell yourself?
Yeah, because all of you guys have been signed with an agent and then never heard from them again, because you guys tell me that all the time, right? A lot of you have signed with an agent and we never hear from you again. I think Ayelet left, but she is ready for an agent.
I'm sure
she's in Prague and she's booking. She just reached out to Ellen Lewis and Martin Scorsese because they were shooting a movie there, just to let them know. And they just actually finished, because I saw it on that it was Jennifer Lawrence and Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie that they were shooting. I can't wait to see that.
But I think that Valorie just dropped a really big name, Martin Scorsese. Yes, when you work with Actors Fast Track, those are the big names that we're hitting. Even if you had no credits, we still pitched for those big people. Like, I know that I've built relationships with David Heyman, with the executive producer of some big franchises of films. I know that right now I'm building relationships with the Heated Rivalry people, because I'm going after the big people and not worrying about the small little climbing up the ladder, because I have all my materials ready. I do have representation, but I still pitch myself most of the time.
Right. And remember Kat O'Day, because, she said, I'm getting a lot of local Prague in the local Prague market, but the bigger roles tend to get cast via agents. Mm-hmm. You guys, we have a client that has been pitching herself for 9 years without an agent. She's had some auditions, like for Wicked, the movie, and Barbie. And she just made it down to like the final few in this. And she's never auditioned for a co-star and guest star, only series leads and series regulars and big roles in big movies. And when she started, that wasn't the case, but she started pitching herself and she's ridden this ride 9 years. And I'm going to tell you something, she's going to hit soon, because she's getting to this point where, she's getting like literally, they call her and say, we released the pin on you. And then 5 minutes later, they announce the cast on deadline.
Oh, yeah.
So you can get big auditions without an agent. And I know you're told, no, once you get to a certain level, you have to have an agent. Well, yeah, I mean, it helps. But I have a client that's the extreme, not done all of this without an agent. So you can get big auditions without an agent. I can show you many. I have a client that booked a series lead on AMC without an agent, right? I have a lot of stories like that. So you can, but at some point it's great to bring on help, right? But a lot of you are bringing on help way too soon. You're
Mhm.
bringing on your agent way too soon. And then no one teaches you how to be in the relationship.
No one should have a relationship. And on top of that, I think what ends up happening is we think we need them when the reality is that you need to be that backbone for yourself. We have some great comments right now. Like, so for example, Laura just said, I don't have a lot of credits, but I know I have to put myself in front of decision makers. I am a big fan of building a relationship with decision makers. That was a huge mind shift that I had as an actor working with Valorie, because I also don't only pitch myself for the co-stars and stuff like that. She and I like producing. So she was like, go after the big people. And for me, it was like, okay, well, I want to make friends with the decision makers. And I meet them on their own. I pitch them on emails and things like that as a colleague. And because I show up as a bankable, bookable, and professional actor, that's how we build the relationships. And I think that also, Michaela, I love the concept of working in your career for 11 months and like spending 1 month on agent hunting. Brilliant. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, okay. So Michaela, what I would say is go ahead and come to the Pitch Fest. It's only $47 and you'll learn something there, and maybe it won't be time, and I'll help you build the pitch the week before, because we're going to send you guys, we'll meet every day the week before for an hour so we can help you build your pitch, right? So it's practice for you, Michaela, and no one's going to say, oh, who was that bad actress that didn't know anyone or whatever? It
never happens.
It never happens. They love them all. They love you. And the agents that I get to come, and even if it's a new one, they always go, I'll be back next year, because they haven't seen anything like this. I had a big agent last year at the fest who was on my stage, and she said, oh no, to pitch videos, right? And then she saw my pitch videos and she's like, oh, never mind.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we're going to teach you. But Michaela, I would say, yes, Emily says I do at least 5 to 10 reach outs, emails a week to my customer database, finding their info via IMDb Pro contacts. Great, Emily.
Emily has made a really good point. So speaking of IMDb Pro contacts and reaching out to, I think what you recommend 5 reach outs a week, right?
That's minimum.
Minimum.
5 outreaches to your customer base a week.
And trust me, you probably are doing more without even thinking about it. And guys, that's another reason why it's important to focus on signing up for the Pitch Fest, signing up for Biz School if you've not thought this way before, because we have courses that will also teach you how to pitch through LinkedIn, pitch through Instagram. I created a whole course about ChatGPT and using AI for social media for actors and pitching, and really like pitching through social media, pitching through LinkedIn. We also have
a ton of sample pitch videos
and emails.
And we have a pitch course, the actor pitch, right? Where we tell you how to build a pitch.
And a massive database. I think we haven't even talked about the fact that we have a massive database that, because of the community building and Actors Fast Track, we all support in building a massive database of potential buyers and customers and salespeople for your acting career. And then I think going back to kind of some of the other stuff, Michaela said, I'm wondering how viable I am to pitch myself when I haven't been building my career for a year yet. I'm not sure what I have to pitch about myself at this point. Guys, I've barely done stuff in a year. I had a lot of changes, but I have stuff that I've done before. I have the things that I'm invited for. I have my entire UGC portfolio that shows at least I'm creating work. You guys have so many things that you've done that you don't even realize. I think a big point is like, what roles are you attracted to? What roles have you done that you could do better than anybody else?
Yes.
And we learn how to use those skill sets and just answer those questions and deduce to create a pitch for the reps and everything, which is what happens during the challenge.
Yeah. Okay. What do you mean with reaching out to your customer database?
Great question.
Okay. Great. Fabulous question. This should be your job every day. Because that's the problem. If you're not doing that, the only reason you're not working as an actor is because no one knows who you are. Your customer database is casting directors, producers, and writers, right? Those are people that are and actually it's the producers and directors that make the decision. They're the decision makers, right? And so if they don't know who you are, that's why you're not working. Not because you don't have the perfect agent. It's because you haven't taken the time to get to know the people. Oh yes, I've heard about Twinen. It's an actors AI company in the UK that lets you clone your likeness and your clone gets booked for jobs.
I don't know if that's genius or madness yet.
I don't know. I was thinking there's another thing where you guys have more access to what the auditions are with Spotlight than we do. Actors No Access has no, you can't see anything. That's not like the scraps from the table.
Definitely. And I think it's a good thing because we're having like actors from around the world right now. And guys, if you are joining us on TikTok and you haven't started following Actors Fast Track yet and by Valorie, please go do so because we're going to start going live more frequently this summer. And you definitely want to get notified first thing. So make sure you're following us to get notified every time she goes live, because every time she goes live, we're going to have more amazing offers like this. So I want to answer a couple different questions.
All right. Oh, I wanted to answer this.
Oh, you answer that and then I'll say
what do you ask from your customer database when reaching out? Do you ask for auditions? Shreya, thank you for asking that. We have this reputation of being desperate, right? That was given to us because we used to be owned by studios. And then since 1971, we've been owned by Actors No Access and Spotlight, right? So the thing is, it takes 17 to 25 times in this atmosphere that we're in, where the moment you wake up, you're being sold to on your phone, right? So it takes that much to get their attention. So you're not just going in and asking for auditions. Now, if it's something that you know you're exactly right for and they're casting something, absolutely you're pitching for that, right? So, like my client that's been pitching for 9 years and is on the verge of booking something really big, she sometimes takes the book that the movie's being made out of. Yep. She chooses a couple scenes and she shoots them. Right. So it could be a pitch video where you show them why you're right for something. However, we do this thing, Shreya, this is going to help you. We do this thing, you guys, called 1, 3, and 10. So knowing that your customers need to hear from you 17 to 25 times, you want to hit them 3 times in the beginning, really close together. One day, the third day, and then the 10th day. On the first day, what I would recommend is you send an introductory pitch video, just like, hey, we've never met. My name is, you could give them a little of your brand. I'm the boy at Ballsy Broad who will take you through the fun house. I'm a cross between Kathy Bates and Drew Barrymore, and I think I'm perfect for the stuff that you cast. So my stuff is pinned below. Take a look at it. So that might be a pitch video I send on day 1, like an introductory to you. Then on day 3, what I want you to do is send something that you conveniently forgot to send, right? So it could be a clip, a recent audition, it could be anything, an article written about you, that whatever. So it's just an opportunity for you to go in front of them again. And then on the 10th day, I want you to send something about them. I don't want you to talk about yourself at all. So you're going to go to IMDb Pro. You're going to look up what they're working on. You're going to be like, hey, I saw you're doing this show. That looks really amazing. I can't wait to see it. Good luck on that. I didn't say cast me in it. I didn't say anything, right? So you are taking the time, like you don't have a first date normally and say, can we get married? Right? No, you have to they have to get to know you. You have to get to know them, right? So don't feel like you have to go in and play that desperate. I want you guys to all let go of that desperate thing. Oh, yeah. You have to now, because that was given to you by our ancestors. And they think that is this all through email or through different platforms? There's a million, Shreya.
So many.
You can use LinkedIn, you can DM, you can do live, like you can go to film festivals and Q&As. I have an actress in LA that's going to be in the new movie about Hunter Biden, and she just hired a publicist. She joined every academy that she could join in Los Angeles, and she goes to events. And she's like, you guys, I go to these AI events, and it's all tech guys that can get me jobs, and I'm the only actor there.
Yep.
Right? So she does that. You can do pitch videos. I mean, there's a lot. You can pitch yourself on the phone. Oh,
I'm scared that we plenty of people that pitch on the phone. I don't do that, but there are plenty of people that do. And you'll find the right pitching style for yourself.
Yes. And Shreya, absolutely. You definitely want to pitch through different platforms, because that whole thing about you should 17 to 25 times get in front of your customers. They say it on different platforms. So if you're sending a pitch video to someone and it's the first time you've reached out to them, go follow them on Instagram or wherever they are.
Exactly.
Right? Go see if they're on LinkedIn, right? And find different ways to get because they're not going to realize they this is what happens till one day they go, do I know you? And you go, I mean, that used to happen to me all the time, you guys. I used to mail postcards, before computers. That's how I built a career. And then after a year of postcards, I would go see them at a casting workshop, right? And every time they'd be like, do I know you? Right? I'm like, yeah, I send you a lot of stuff. Or I would say, yeah, I work all the time.
Exactly. And I want to also the thing about asking about auditions, sometimes the people you want to work with, you don't know what they have right now going on. So that's why it's important, forget about the audition, build a relationship because you want to work with every single project they've coming forward. Yeah. Right. And I think a big thing is for example, we have access to so much public information. For example, if you're not following Deadline or Variety online or and stuff like that, they're announcing new stuff all the time. That stuff's being adapted. Especially right now, we're living in a time where we're actually adapting great literature. So for those that are fans of books and stuff that are being adapted, that's a great place to start because you can build a relationship with the author. You can find out who's opting the book. You can be able to, do so much just from that. And also because you care about the series, they'll see that you're more invested. You're not just here to get a job. You're here to be a part of something bigger. And I think that's a big thing. And yes, you can find on IMDb and find out what they have in the recent news. Yeah. But also there's production lists, which shows you everyone involved. There's also, different reps. Yes, the book to movie adaptations are huge right now. And I think that also it's really great for a lot of actors right now because we have the source material literally at our hands.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say, there was something. Eilert said that takes the pressure off what to say. My reach out sessions, I will start with the mantra of it takes 17 to 20 times before they even read it. Right. And so then you don't feel like, you guys all spend time on sending out an email to a casting director, it's going to take more than one email. So Michaela, we are talking about both kinds of pitches to casting directors, producers, and writers, and also pitches to agents, which are completely different. Yeah. The reason we're talking about pitching to agents is because we have a pitch fest, right? We have a pitch fest at the end of July. It's virtual. There'll be an international room, an East Coast room, which includes Atlanta and Texas, because my client in Texas is working more than anyone, right? And then the West Coast will include New Mexico and stuff like that, because we also get regional agents in America. And then we have an international room. You choose the room that you want to go into. And you do a 1-minute pitch. And then the next day, I'm going to send you the emails for everyone that was in the other rooms that you weren't in. So then you're going to send them a pitch video. And when you send them a pitch video, you can send them one with your clips. If you have clips, you can send clips edited in to the pitch video.
Yeah. And I think another great way to help with pitches, and this is something that I did, was that I did a photo shoot being a character, the idea of a character for a series I really wanted to be in. And I pitched myself directly to the executive, actually the book agent who was also the executive producer of the franchise. I'm talking about Harry Potter. I'm not in Harry Potter anymore because of things. But the fact is, I built a relationship with the executive producer of the franchise, who also was J.K. Rowling's agent and book agents. And building a relationship with them, I pitched directly to him through their info email. And I said who I am in that world. And I showed pictures of myself as a witch and stuff. Not only did he love my pitch, he forwarded it to David Heyman, who runs Heyday Films, which is a little small thing, right?
Yeah, they just did a little movie called
Barbie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, etc. But also, and then they forwarded my information to the casting director. So guys, I really would stress on if you're talking about customers, definitely producers are really a lot more involved. And most of the time now, the producers the EPs also happen to be the writers sometimes right now and the directors sometimes right now. They wear more than one hat. And in terms of Jolen's question, or the pitches are different, can I know more about that? So when it comes to your buyers, right? That's your casting directors, your directors, your writers, showrunners. For everyone looking into series, guys, showrunners are crucial. They're the world builders and like finding them. You create a pitch showing your brand, which you can learn about in Biz School. Also, again, everyone joining us on live today, if you have not already done so, and join us in our main library right now, you can go to actorsfasttrack.com and go live, click the go live button, and come in here to win. Everyone joining us today, if you're active in the chat, in the live session, you will get the chance to win a $497 package with Valorie. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's really, really important. And I think that you'll learn about branding, and then that's really what you pitch to the buyers. When we're talking about agents, which is why I think it's great for everyone to sign up for Pitch Fest today, because it's $47. Normally it's $97, is the fact that you're pitching to reps and kind of showing them why you're bankable, why you're bookable. Even if you have, no credits, I wouldn't recommend getting reps if you have no credits, but I will say that it's really, the pitches are different, but I think Valorie could speak more on that.
Yeah.
She's the brainchild.
Yeah. Well, it's just different. Like if I'm pitching to customers, I have to tell them how I fit into the stories. They're either casting, directing, producing, or writing. And if you don't know what a showrunner is, that's a writer. That's the writer that runs the show. Right. So if I'm pitching to those people, then I have to tell them how I fit into the stories that they tell. If I'm pitching to an agent, I have to tell them what I have that equals money. So what I have that equals money is my past credits, who I know in the industry, what I've auditioned for, and yes, special skills. Special skills can get you work, you guys. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Right. Like, so those are really good things to include in a pitch. If you're doing a pitch, it's really important to do the special skills and talk about those. Right.
And even do a pitch video with your special skills. I briefly mentioned Heated Rivalry, which is my new obsession, but like, I was really inspired by the main actor who doesn't know Russian, but learned Russian for the show and did a whole Russian monologue. I decided to learn the Russian monologue. I also don't speak Russian, but I was in a Russian Jewish theater company. So I put that together and I use that for pitches as a special skill. So if you don't have a lot of credits, you can do even a video introducing yourself with your special skill. Yeah. And I think that shows enough that you have something that sticks.
Yeah. Yeah. Should I include clips from my show reel in both the pitches for agents and buyers and only the pitch for just the agents, or only the pitch for just? No. If you're sending out videos and you want to, well, okay. That's a good question, Emily. I've seen both. Here's the thing. If I'm pitching, like, say, Chloe Zhao, she did Hamnet and Nomadland, right? If I'm pitching her, I'm not so interested in talking about me. I'm interested in talking about her, right? Because Nomadland was an amazing film. It was one of my favorite films. And if I was pitching Chloe, I'd talk about the moment where that older woman says that when she sees the swallows hanging upside down, that she could die because she saw life, and I felt like that when I went to Africa. Like I saw, a cheetah eating a kudu, which is an antelope. And it was like, oh my God, it's like Mother Earth. It's so amazing when you see that stuff. So I would pitch that to Chloe Zhao. And so I wouldn't really go like, and I've done this and I've done that and I've done this, because, people want to be taught. They want to know, to be heard. Mm-hmm. People want to be heard. And when you talk specifically about how a director or a producer or a casting director that casts something, how that movie or that TV show or that play affected you, and they can tell that you really watched it. Don't blow smoke up their ass, but tell them like how it meant to you. I think that's way more powerful than showing them a bunch of clips.
Yeah. And I would also say that some people in Actors Fast Track, they do a lot of newsletters and like blanket email pitching where they keep people updated if they've already added them to their database. But I always will recommend that the first thing that you do should always be the personal pitch. That's how I got, like for the Harry Potter thing that I did, I said, I had platinum hair at the time. And I was like, I'm like a Malfoy exterior, but a Granger at heart. And I talked about how much the books meant to me, how much the project meant to me, how much it would mean to be part of this, and that I would love to be like, and I talked about an anecdote of another actor who became successful by pitching themselves for the series. and yada yada. I think that finding that personal anecdote is so important, because especially if you don't have any credits, just the fact that like this is what it meant to me, and seeing how their artistry impacted you, that shows you're a thinking actor. And I want to also address Yasmin's question about how to audition better. But I will say that the personal pitch, trust me, if you're not ready to pitch 100 people at once, which I don't even do, pick your top 5 people and just really start like honing in on them, and then the people around their circle and the people around them, and just being a part of their world and inserting yourself in it in a professional way, not desperate.
Yes. Okay. I want to talk about how do you audition better, because all of us have experienced this is another thing. Self-tape has hurt us. I don't care what anyone says about reframing it. One of my good casting director friends said, Valorie, you need to reframe this. Well, the truth is I've seen my conversion rates go down, which means I knew how many auditions I had to do before I booked. I used to book 1 out of 10. Always. I would have 10 auditions, or, I might have 20 auditions and then I'd book 2, like back to back. But my conversion rate was 10% of auditions. Now it's lucky if it's 2%, right? So here's the thing that's happened. We have a whole new thing we have to learn. In the last 6 years, we had to learn how to shoot, edit, light, and also something else is coming up that never came up before. Film acting is not self-tape acting. Self-tape acting, we are finding out that, first of all, we all learned last year that they only watch the first 4 seconds of our videos, which totally, I already knew that, because no one has an attention span. So you have to play either side of the lens. Like, you have to play either side of the lens. You can never look over here, up or down, or anything like that. That's what we are learning now. And the acting teachers are just figuring that out. Some of my favorite ones are Cam Monet Studios in LA. She's awesome. She really has figured that out. James Dumont, if you look him up, he's in everything. He was Jared Leto's dad in Dallas Buyers Club. He figured that out. He figured out how to book from self-tape, but it's a whole new beast now. It's a whole new beast for us, right? Like, we have to learn how to audition all over again. So guess what? You're not behind. If you are just trying to figure out how to audition better, you're not behind, because we all are.
Yeah.
We all are. We all are. Right. That's why it's more important now to pitch the decision makers than ever before, you guys. Because if you're not pitching to directors, producers, and writers and casting directors, that boat. And also, one more thing. Check this out. We just gave our first Oscar for casting, right? Do you know what she said? They didn't use the breakdowns to cast it. So if your agents are telling you it's slow, this is why. Because with all the NDAs, they're not putting stuff on the breakdowns. They're not putting it on the spotlight. So the agents, that's the only road they use. So if they're not smart enough to be on the phone and call casting directors and ask them what, and a lot of them are afraid to call, that's why they say it's slow. It is not slow. It's busier than it's ever been.
Oh, yeah. And I think also another thing about self-tapes that, I felt self-tapes are really clinical for me. And it's just that, vertical acting is like soap opera acting. It's different than film acting. And then I hate when we audition self-tapes for theater. It to me get really out of the way. That gets you out of the audition. And I will say that the recommendation that I had is that what you do is you set everything up and then you leave your house for a little bit and then you come back like you're walking into an audition room. Because I used to book every audition. When I was in an audition room, bam, booked it. But you don't get that feedback. Yeah. But I think that another thing, people are saying how about like narrowing it down. I think that's really, really great. And then the Fallout girl said, if you pitch to the directors and writers directly, do they usually send it to the casting director? Why not cast it directly? So sometimes they do. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll send you directly an audition. I like the executive producers that I built a relationship with directly sent my stuff. Hi, Clock Lucas, who's on TikTok. They directly send my pitch to the casting director because they send it to each other first, the two EPs, and then they send it to casting. So that's why it's really important, because the executive producers and the producers are really the people that make the final decision. And also, I mean, if you aren't on Stage 32 yet and signing up for some of those free webinars and hearing what the writers and stuff are talking about, you'll learn their process and how they like to work with actors. There are so many resources now, and I don't think that and some people aren't even using casting directors. I think that's like another big thing.
Yeah. Oh my God, that casting director that got mad at me and then said that you didn't need brand as an actor. You didn't need brand. I told her there's a lot of things that are casting without casting directors. It's so, and she was like, she hit the ceiling. She's like, no. And I actually had a client that was doing a movie, which got done. Her budget was $1 million, and she was starring in it. And she wasn't using a casting director. Why should she? You know, we had someone that had close relationships with the top agencies and was able to call directly to get things. And we're going to see a lot less. We're going to see that happen more and more and more, you guys, because unfortunately, you know, we are going to be selected by AI. So I just want to say this. One thing you guys need is a strong SEO, search engine optimization. So that means when I Google you, if a lot of stuff doesn't come up, then you're going to have a problem in the near future, which is like tomorrow, because that's how we're going to get selected, is not by a casting director, but by, yeah.
And I think a big thing. So yeah, guys, that's another thing. Actors out
Yes,
there, all of us.
GEO. Thank you, Stacey.
All actors out there, like you want to work with these people. There's plenty of platforms. It's no different than Valorie mentioned earlier, how there's an actress in LA that she works with that's going to all these tech conventions and finding people that help getting jobs. A lot of these people or decision makers are going to other events. Like, so Stage 32, they always have writers and stuff. They're always having readings. If you're in the city, going to Naked Angels, who are writers are having their stuff being like read out loud. There's so many ways to really get involved by showing up where the people are. Yeah. People are waiting for people to come to them. That's why I think the Pitch Fest is so important. We're meeting everybody together at one place.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. Also, Fallout Girl. So you also said that, so they sent to casting directors so they could send you sides. No, sometimes I get the sides sent directly to me. And also I'll say one more thing. Guys, it's also going back to who you know. I'm friends with casting directors. I had a casting director that I'm friends with reach out to me a week ago saying, hey, I have a job tomorrow and they need talent. I was going to recommend you. Are you free tomorrow? I wasn't, but we tried making it work. I reached out to the director of it, and they said, do I know anybody? And I got 2 of my friends booked. So I was technically the casting director for it. So guys, also building those relationships.
He should pay you.
I know, and he did. So that's what I'm saying. That's the thing. You're building those relationships. And because I showed up and I got people opportunities, and I also sent him my stuff because he wanted me first. I got first offer, but that's the thing. I couldn't work, but I still was able to build a relationship, show that I cared, also praise the casting director that I'm good friends with for hooking me up, and got my friends jobs. That's what I'm saying, guys. Networking is about building relationships as respected colleagues, not like, oh, well, they can do this for me, or I could do this for them, or I need them. No, it's like colleagues. I think that's a big thing to kind of shift the way.
Yeah. I mean, and you said something that I thought was really interesting. You said waiting. This is a disease of actors. Mm-hmm. You guys are waiting. I talked to this one actress one time that went to Rutgers. It's one of the top schools in the United States. And it'd been 10 years. And I literally asked her, what happened? Because you should be working. And she said, well, I got an agent, then he left the agency. And then I was waiting for this agent she told me this whole story that was only agents. And I was like, okay, I see what happened. She was waiting for this agent that she had signed with to do something, right? And they'll tell you that. I mean, I remember like my first agent, that I ever had right out of acting school, I would go to him and I would say, can you get me an audition for this? Can you get me an audition for that? And he'd be like, you don't have the name. Like, and I'm like, well, what should I be doing? I mean, he goes, go take an acting class. Y'all, I went to acting school for 4 years. The last thing I wanted to do was take an acting class at the time, right? So he didn't know what to tell me. They don't know what to tell you. And what you should be doing is reaching out to your customers. So that story is They were doing a production of The Crucible at the Roundabout in New York. I knew I was right for Mercy Lewis. I went to him again. I said, can you get me an audition for this? He's like, you don't have the name. And I know you guys understand this. You have to have credits to get auditions, but how do you get auditions if you don't have credits? It's that catch-22 thing we've all experienced, right? So when I went to him and I asked him to get me that audition, he said, I can't get you that audition. I was like, okay, well, I'll get it for myself. I took the picture to the casting office. I gave it to them. I pitched myself. I got the audition and I booked it.
Boom. Mic drop.
Boom. Right. So I learned that's what you have to do. And they didn't teach me that in acting school. They don't teach it in any acting school. In fact, they'll teach you that you're not supposed to do that. You know, I'm sure your friends tell you, oh, you're not supposed to reach out to producers or directors. Oh, casting directors don't like it if you email them all the time. Listen, like you have to understand this. There was a company in America called, it went out of business, but it was called Bed Bath & Beyond, right? And every week they would send you a 20% coupon in an email and or in the mail.
Giant poster.
Right. And you never went to Bed Bath & Beyond without a coupon. You would be stupid to go to that store because you would always get 20% off. You are the coupon. You are the coupon. You're the coupon. And if you're not getting in front of the customer on a regular basis, they'll use a different coupon. Right? People work with people they know. And if you're not in front of that person on a regular basis and you haven't done your job to get to know them, they're not going to, what are they going to just like, you know, magically discover you at Schwab's? Schwab's was a drugstore where in the 40s actors got discovered at Schwab's drugstore. Yeah, that happens once in a blue moon. I worked with thousands of actors, you guys. I can tell you that 6 of them in the million years I've been doing this, working with actors, have gotten the big agent and gotten a career that way. The rest of them, except for a few on the other end, the rest of them have gotten credits and then they've gotten the agent, right? That's how 90% of actors make it, right? Then there's like the other 1% on the other end of someone that I have that's been pitching herself for 9 years, right? Without an agent. And she's had auditions for Wicked, for Barbie, for series leads. She's never auditioned for a co-star or a guest star one time. Only series leads and big roles. Right?
I want to touch base on what Fallout Girl. We had another comment just now that said, all of my work, when I was a child, now I'm not even getting called in for free student films. Do you think it's worth paying those companies that shoot your monologues and short scenes for you? So I really want to go back to why it's important, I think, to take the UGC class. So guys, a big thing about the UGC class, it's not just about finding other ways to find work as an actor. It's getting in the habit of creating your own work.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, you don't need to pay someone to shoot your scene. You got plenty of friends with 4K iPhones who probably also need stuff. You guys can do stuff, or get a monologue that you like. I mean, for everyone that does the self-tape May challenge, which I never do because I don't have the patience for it. But if you just create content and put it up online and show the stuff that you're doing, or talk about your career, talk about a play you're working on, making content on social media is about controlling your narrative. So instead of paying for that, I would recommend highly, like what I started doing is my low-hanging fruit is being a host, like interviewing people and stuff. So I started interviewing random people. I started going and inviting myself to conventions and interviewing celebrities and everything. I've now met and befriended cast from Heated Rivalry. I'm going to another event, and then a publicist from another a musician that got popular from the show reached out to me to interview them. And that's how I'm building relationships. So I think that, like, instead of shooting the scenes and things, I think what's best is pick the work that you want. See what's out there. No different than we mentioned Kat O'Day before, who would pick scenes from books and create scenes out of them and make it. You don't have to, and I love when TikTok does that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Oh, wait. I just want to say what Michaela said.
Mm-hmm.
Michaela said, do we not risk being perceived as the desperate, annoying actor by reaching out so persistently? That is such a great question. I hear it all the time, Michaela. The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you're the coupon. If you're not right in front of them when they need you, they're not going to think of you, right? I even have a guy that I talk to that's on The Gentleman, Guy Ritchie's show. And he told me, oh, these people used to call me in. They don't call me anymore. I think it's because I did something wrong. No, you didn't. It's just because we all like get like a song that we love and we listen to it. And then we move on to the next song. Right. And then, because we're changey like that. So no, that doesn't happen. If you are not a desperate and annoying person to begin with, then they're not going to perceive you. If you show up, Michaela, as professional, knowing exactly what you have to offer as an actor, you will be received as that.
Mm-hmm. I think tenacity should be the word you should replace with annoying, because in any other industry and every other business, if you had to make money today and find a job, you would be going in every single store, every single place. You'd be knocking. Like I used to do consulting, and now even as a creator, I reach out to everybody, because the fact is, if I want the job, I'm going to do this. Emmy and everyone on TikTok, make sure you are joining us on our live StreamYard, because you can get access to enter into a giveaway right now where you're going to win a $497 session with Valorie. So it's actorsfasttrack.com. And I believe there's a go live button or /go live. But yeah, guys, it's about tenacity.
Yeah.
Every single.
So change that word desperate or annoying to tenacity. Right? Because it's not. I mean, that was a label that's given us. And so then we've taken that on. We are like the abused wife in the corner, right? We do act desperate sometimes, right? Like, look, it takes a while to build a business that where you're making money. It's not like we're telling you this is going to happen overnight. Mm-hmm. Fast does not mean easy.
Yes.
It just means there's a faster way to do it than you're doing it now, which most of you aren't doing anything. And you said something else. What would you do differently right now today if you had to make a living acting? If the only way you could put food on your table and pay your rent was an acting job, how would you be acting differently? Because most of you are part-time actors getting part-time results. Because you have been told that you're not supposed to do these things, that it's all about luck, that you don't have any in control, and the first only 2% make it. Bull crap. I call bull on that, right? Because why do I know this? Because I've been working with actors I've been a working actress for 42 years. Look me up, right? I've been a working actress for 42 years. For 30 of those 42 years, I've been helping actors, right? I've worked with thousands of actors, and I have series leads. I have movie stars that I have worked with. I have a lot of people I've worked with, right? And I'll tell you, it's the same thing. It's never changed what I've been teaching. It's just now the world has caught up to me, right? And people argue with me all the time about a blacklist. There's no blacklist. There is. Think about what you're saying. You're saying that if I want to cast Jordan and I'm a casting director, I'm going to call all the other casting directors and I'm going to be like, hi, is Jordan Gelber on your blacklist? And where is this blacklist? Is it in Google Drive? I mean, I'm curious. I just want to know, right? Now, do businesses blacklist customers? Yes. Why? Because they're crazy.
Yeah, guys, just be professional. And you know what that means. If you find, and also like show up as the best person that you are, because you're all badasses. And I think that, going back to the point of if you have to make money acting, I mean, the fact of the matter is this: if you want to make money acting, you got to find a way to do it. Great people in our industry to look at that really does this well. Think about the directors and the writers. Directors and filmmakers specifically. There's no job listing normally like that we have backstage and actors, no access and all these different things that show casting breakdowns. They usually have to make their own project and put it in films, and they show it a bunch of times and reach out to people to believe in them. And they pitch. Oh yeah, Jolyn, the blacklist in filmmaking, that's to me the only blacklist I believe in is the blacklist. The one with all the great screenplays in it, which is another great place to go look at.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, guys. It's just like, be tenacious and show up. And also in terms of posting self-tapes, Jolyn, I never said anything about posting self-tapes. I said if you find monologues that you like or projects that are already out there and you want to do them, plays are a great way to start. Because
never post your
don't post your self-tapes, guys. But I'm saying it's just like create your own content by maybe finding parts that you like and you could record yourself doing them. And that's a great way to show people. Also, another great thing, if you're trying to work with somebody and you don't have any credits, but you really like a project that they did, Go find a piece that they wrote maybe, and then do it yourself and then send it on over and show like, hey, I was really inspired by your thing. This is your film, your play, your series, whatever. And I did this as my interpretation. I just want to say it was really inspired me to be an actor because XYZ, done. Then you make content, you did it, it's public, all that good stuff.
Right. Okay, I want to see. I'm ready to give away one of them.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm thinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would like to give away a $497 package right now. If you want to win that, you need to come over here to the stream, and you can do that by going to actorsfasttrack.com and hitting live at the top. But Shreya, thank you for all your questions. Would like to, you win a 490, and I'm going to give away 2 today. I'll give away one right now to Shreya. You're going to get a $497 hour with me. We're going to work on your brand, and we're going to work on your pitch during that hour. Okay. So we will be in touch. We know that you want it. We're making notes, and we've got you. So if you want to win, come on over here with us here. But Shreya, congratulations. You've been really involved today, and I appreciate that. Also, we have a bunch of deals today. We have a pitch fest for agents. Mm-hmm. So people often think that I hate agents. Look, you guys, I don't hate agents. I've been with my current agent for 20 years, and I've been with my commercial agents for 35 years. Okay. So I don't hate agents. I've had 24 agents and managers in my career. I don't hate them. I just think that you spend way too much time looking for them and waste time looking for them. So look, go come and join us at the end of July to pitch yourself, for July 26th for agents and managers from all over the world. We had 21 people sign last year. The agents love it. You do a 1-minute pitch. We're going to spend the week before helping you build that pitch.
Specifically for the agents.
And it's only $47. Find a casting workshop that's $47 and tell me about that. You won't.
Also, we had some more questions at the bottom, so let's scroll down really quickly. But okay. Guys, I want to remind you, not only do we have the $47 Pitch Fest today, which is everyone here is looking for representation. Even if you're not, I would definitely sign up because you're going to learn a lot and you're going to start being a part of the AFT community. Also, guys, I teach a UGC course with another one of the actors from Actors Fast Track, Mike Provenzano, who's going to make $250,000 this year doing UGC content. And yes, we still have full-blown acting careers. UGC is a part of our acting portfolio. Also, guys, another thing is if you're interested in learning more, we also have the amazing Biz School for $297. But guys, I highly recommend, no matter what today, definitely sign up for the Pitch Fest. It's $47, guys. You could find your next rep, especially if you're trying to work internationally, whether you're from the States trying to go overseas or vice versa. Definitely sign up for the Pitch Fest. Awesome. Laura, I'm going to answer that question 1 second. I had a question about me doing Harry Potter. Did I get the audition? I got very close. They weren't hiring anyone that was American, even though I pitched myself and I created a character that could have been American. It just wasn't working out. And then as things have come and gone, I really don't care anymore. I worked very hard on it though, but I learned a lot doing that whole journey. I got so close.
Yeah.
I got so close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so awesome. I'm going to just answer the question. Laura said, what is UGC? Great question, guys.
User-generated content.
User-generated content, guys. So you see UGC every single day. When you see an ad up of some creator talking about, oh, I love this water and I drank this water for 6 months and now my skin is fantastic. That's an example of UGC content. If you see people that are just like taking videos of just product, not even putting your face out there. There are different versions of user-generated content where you could put your face there. You could be a spokesperson for it. You could do faceless content. There's plenty of ways to make money doing.
And we cover everyone we cover every way. So, the way that Mike's made $250,000 is he has companies that are regular customers and they ask him, they send him a brief. He shoots the video. He sends them the footage, the B-roll stuff, which is like you picking up the product or whatever. He sends them what they ask for and then they pay him. Right now, also UGC can be hosting online or brand deals. And that's more what.
Yeah. And the big thing that we talk about, and I'm going to answer your question, Laura, don't worry. But the big thing that we also talk about is that Mike is really great at negotiating. So you will also go over negotiating and equipment and stuff like that. So Laura, so affiliate marketing it could be a version of UGC, but I always recommend if you're going to do, unless it's a product that like you're obsessed with and you don't want it to pay for anymore because you already pay for it every single month, then I would do maybe like a brand deal where it's gifted and you can get an affiliate code to do a kickback on it. But unless it's not something that you use every single day, I wouldn't do that. But UGC is like guaranteed. I get paid. It's a job. I get paid X to do this, but they also pay you the ad spend, which is no different than before with the, like, think about all the commercials and how they have to pay for like licensing of the commercial and everything. They negotiate with you. So they have to negotiate with you how long they can license your face, how long they can license, etc. Tosh Jordan.
Tosh Jordan's in the house.
What? Tosh Jordan. The only other Jordan I like in this world.
Tosh Jordan from Bel Air, from Grownish. He has credits. We love our Tosh.
And he pitched himself for all of them.
Yes,
he did. We love Tosh.
Him.
How often do you submit on Backstage for UGC? Awesome. So Tosh, great question. Backstage is awesome, but I think it's that I think Backstage is trying really hard to be like a regular UGC site, and it's not. I literally have a bunch of clips on there from things that I've done. I have a link to my portfolio. I have a very simple pitch message that has a link to both my portfolio, my modeling portfolio. So Tosh, I would highly like put your reel in there and some just maybe you talking to camera or maybe just a simple pitch video because you're good at that. But yeah, there's plenty of sites to sign up with. There's plenty of jobs where you can find like emails and things like that. There are plenty of other opportunities. Backstage is great because Backstage, you also have you should have a lot of stuff already up there. So you can just send it, but there's other ones. Yes, Laura, anytime. But yeah, being a I would say UGC is more of being a formal content creator now versus being an influencer where affiliate marketing is really heavy with influencers. The influencer market is dwindling, which is very nice because they were really focusing on the influencers with high follower count, which doesn't matter anymore. So being a micro creator, by being an awesome like creative, which you all are. Yeah. So guys, I would definitely get, if you're interested in the UGC, we have the UGC course and also we have the Biz School, which is separate from the UGC course. We get access to all of the other courses. Yeah. So don't forget, we do have access to everything and you get access to our database. Can you just see my current? You can, yeah, no, Sarah, if you want to use UGC to, let's say, puff up and use it as like your cash cow right now, so while you supplement yourself to pay for all the other stuff for acting, do it with brands that you really like, just put it out there. That's what I do. All my UGC content is usually stuff that I just create for my social, and then people will hire me because they like the way that I edit and do stuff, and I won't have to put on my social. There's two different types of jobs. We go over this in the course.
Yeah, Emily. Yes. I think that, if you have products that you like and you would like to do UGC for, and you can even do a little sample for them and send it to you, that would be a good way to get that going.
Yeah.
Right. I would do that. That's really good. Because Emily asked, are cold emails to smaller brands best when you're first trying out doing UGC?
Yeah, but I would say it's the same way, no different than pitching to like the decision makers in like film, TV and plays and stuff, is that if you like the brand, that's the first homework assignment I give everybody with our UGC course, is that find something that you use every single day and just start making like a video about it. Maybe do a review, maybe do other things. We teach you how to do that in the course. But I think that also what's important about it as well, a great easy way to do this, guys, go to Actors No Access. See, they show social media. They show social media breakdowns now. You can't get the whole thing now with the side, so you don't need it. But they'll say like, oh, social video for this brand. Find the brand. Go to LinkedIn, get their marketing person. We teach you how to do this, and then pitch them if it's a brand that you like. I did that with Thayers. Thayers had a audition on Actors No Access. I didn't get the audition, so I was like, screw that. And I found the marketing person, and I sent them a video what I was going to do in my audition. They sent me a bunch of free product. So, I mean, there's so many opportunities, guys.
Oh, Laura, whoever told you that is an idiot. About a week ago, I was told you don't need IMDb Pro. No, you do need IMDb Pro. Listen, IMDb Pro, Spotlight and Actors No Access are not forward facing. Yes, agents know about them and casting directors, but producers and directors don't. Right? So if they're going to look you up, if you're pitching a producer and director, the first place they're going to look you up is on the IMDb Pro. Mm-hmm. And you have to have Pro so you can curate your own page. You can put your reels on there. You can put videos.
A headshot.
Absolutely. No, you definitely need it.
let's put
yeah.
it this way, guys. If you don't pay for IMDb Pro, you can't have a profile with your photo on it on IMDb.
And then when you start booking credits, and to say you're not listed, say you don't get that listing. Like, I had someone ask about that. They're on a show because they got upgraded. They were a background and they got upgraded with a line. So I showed them how to get that credit on there. You can't get a credit on there without you have IMDb Pro.
Yes.
Right? Now, they might list you. It happened to me. I did The Artist with Mandy Patinkin, and I wasn't on. It's because they never listed on IMDb Pro the last 2 episodes. So I just put myself down for another episode. Boom, I was up. And then it said I was on 2 episodes, which I was not. But so sometimes that's the case. You need it for that. So you can curate your credits and make sure they're accurate on there.
Definitely, guys. And also IMDb is one of the other great places where the site itself has so much good SEO backing it that when you curate your profile, you're only supporting your SEO even further.
Yeah. If you Google an actor, the first thing that comes up is IMDb Pro and then social media. So if you don't have either one, that really, they have very strong SEO and you need that.
Yeah, they pay for the SEO. So you're getting an SEO piggyback from that. Also, in terms of creating a kind of a price list, we go over that in the course. I don't think people have to if you're just getting started. I think the first thing to do is focus on gifted collabs, because watch how much money. I just got a brand deal with a clothing company that I spent like a lot of money with, and now I don't have to pay for clothes anymore. So I really
sometimes you take a deal because you're going to get some free stuff that you use all the time.
Yeah,
and so that's making money because that's saving you. But we always ask at Actors Fast Track that your value.
Yes.
So mine is, I don't work for less than $1,000 a day. Right? So that about yourself. And if whatever number you just chose in your head, I need you to double that. If you said $200, $400. And so in the beginning, you might only make $150, right? But then if they see look, there's a lot of people that aren't actors that are doing UGC.
Oh, yeah.
So when they get an actor, they're like, oh my God,
I can tell you right now, I'm involved in a lot of creator communities. They're sharing the backstage breakdowns in these creator communities for just people that want to be influencers, because they'll do the work. Michaela said, what are the main subscriptions or agencies that you would recommend that we pay for and subscribe to get the most benefits? Well, IMDb Pro is definitely one of them. You have to be on some of these awful sites just because you have to. If anything, I do it for data mining. But we have a course for that in biz school. But I definitely recommend, my new favorite thing is the production list, but we have so many other ones that I think that are really beneficial.
So yes, backstage, if you're doing UGC, it's really good for that. Casting networks and act. So just so you know, there's only 2 companies in the world that run the road between us and agents and jobs, right? And that is Talent Link, which owns Casting Networks and Spotlight. And then the other one is Actors, as we refer to, Actors No Access. Okay, so unfortunately, if your agents don't pay for those for you to be on it, my agents pay for me to be, I don't have to pay anything. I have to pay if I upload new stuff on Actors No Access. I have to pay a ridiculous amount, right? So yes, you have to have those if you're with an agency. But I think spend your money on Production List, which is a list that comes out every week. It has a listing of everything that's shooting in the world at that given time. And it also gives you a couple of emails. So if you're going to take me up on this reaching out to people, it's a good place to start. That would be worth it. And just like anything else, you guys, if you're not using something, then stop paying for it. We're all paying for subscriptions we're not using, So like you got to get in there and look at what's going to really get you a return on your investment. That's called ROI.
So, and Isla just asked a really great question. For UGC, are the companies you focus on aligned with your acting brand, or just really focus on what your current lifestyle uses most? I think I think if you're just starting out, you try to find companies and brands that align with your acting brand, because you could double dip a lot. That's one thing. But I would definitely say as you continue to build your UGC business, you can focus on things that are more in your lifestyle. Like my dogs have made me so much money. So we love them. But yeah, they made me so much money. But that's because I started doing some more dog content, and I don't have that on my profile necessarily. I have that in my portfolio. Also, I get invited to a lot of theater stuff. I get invited to a lot of events. I'm getting paid to go on a yacht on July 5th. Woohoo. Right? Like, so I'm just saying, that's more, but that's
she's going on a yacht on July 5th. What am I doing? I'll be at the beach.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying is that like, that's aligned with my lifestyle because that's the person that I put out on my social, but I've done plenty of things that are just more lifestyle oriented to me that I don't have to necessarily put on my social, but I would start with that.
That's a great question. Fallout Girl just said, how do you become a reader in auditions? That's how Emma Corrin got cast as Diana in The Crown. But I can't find a clear path to do it. They don't put reader jobs on Spotlight. You need to be friends with the casting director or reach out to the casting director directly. And you can do that. Mm-hmm. You can do a whole thing about that.
That could be your pitch.
Yeah, that could be your pitch. Like, hey, I'd love to be a reader for you if you need a reader. I have a girl that used to do that, and she was a reader, and that's how she got her first Broadway show. She was a reader for a Broadway show, and then she understudied. Right. So yeah.
Take Yasmin's question. You're so ready for it.
I was told do not send emails to casting directors or directors at first because that might bum an opportunity. Is that true? No, that is not true. It's never been true. It's never been true. Nope. Right. Be careful of what people are telling you. Right. Like it's like Margot Robbie. You know her. She pitched herself for 3 months on the phone to a casting office every day for 3 months. Monday through Friday, she would call the casting office. And one day, someone put her through. And she pitched herself to the casting director, and that's how she booked her first job. She was not afraid of being annoying because she had faith and confidence in her product, and she knew someone was going to need that product, right? If you believe in yourself and confident, it's so much easier to go. And it's so amazing when you're like that. When you're standing in your confidence, even if it's something that you had to, bust your ass to get and do a major manifestation and meditation this morning just to have an inkling of confidence. But when you are in that place and you pitch yourself, then you're like, hey, here's this thing. And, I can fit into the story you're telling. And here's why, right? Then they're like, oh, okay. Right. So, and listen, there's so many stories like the Margot Robbie story I just told you. Val Kilmer pitched himself for everything. Mm-hmm. He pitched himself for The Doors. Everyone knew he was going to get cast as Jim Morrison because he looked just like him, right? But, I'm going to run out of battery.
You got time.
Okay. So, he pitched himself. And if you've not seen Val Kilmer's documentary on Amazon, go watch it because it was all his own video. He was pitching himself with video before anyone was doing that. That's what his documentary is his own footage of pitching, and so he pitched himself for every project. I think that we're not told that. We're told that you're not supposed to do that.
Vin Diesel did that as well. I mean, a lot of like action people have done it. A lot of people who are transitioned from different careers have done it. Guys, you can control the pathway of your life. You just got to give yourself the chance to. And that's what we want to equip you with at Actors Fast Track, which is why I really highly recommend, guys, if you're going to take anything from today, definitely go sign up for the Pitch Fest because it's going to start getting you into the mindset of pitching. Mm-hmm. And I think that once you feel confident pitching, which we're going to help you out with the 5-day challenge before the Pitch Fest, that I really think is going to change your way of thinking and how you approach everything else in your acting career. It's a waste of time to take a little. No free work. No, you know your value.
Don't ever work for free.
No,
do not work for free. No. We're the only artists that try to get a musician to play in your wedding for free. Good luck with that. Yeah. Right. Oh, good, Michaela. Good.
Yeah, guys. You don't need to take you want low paid work. You want to trust me out. Try UGC. Sign up for the UGC course, Michaela. Because honestly, you can make money. You can make your $1,000 in your first month. Minimum.
Yeah, you can.
You minimally can. And trust me, you probably have enough stuff. You guys have so much stuff that you've done in the entire course of your acting career, or if you're active on social, all that stuff that you could use now to just pitch yourself. I use postcards from like 5 years ago because my branding is really good on it. And it's just, it's good. And it just helps sometimes. You never know. You have stuff that you've done and you could show your journey, and people want to show you that you've been dedicated to your journey. Like, don't take free work. When I say gifted collab, I'm getting something out of it that I want, that I don't want to spend money on. That's a very different mindset than taking free work. I do not do free work.
No, don't work for free. And also, you guys, that's something else. We're told that you have to work, you have to pay your dues. Says who? You don't have
enough for actors. No one says.
You have to pay your dues. Who said that? No, you don't. If you made the best chocolate chip cookies in the world and you knew you're like, everyone says my chocolate chip cookies are great, I'm going to go sell them. You wouldn't go out there and going, well, I've never sold the chocolate chip cookies, so I'm not sure that you're going to like them. No, you would be like, taste this cookie. It's the best cookie you've ever had, which is a pitch video, by the way, right? It's the best pitch. It's the best cookie you've ever had. And then would you like to buy some, right? You would not, because it's us, because we are the product, we get like sensitive about it, right? Like, because we're sensitive people. But like when someone says, I mean, I've had everything told to me in the 42 years I've been a working actress. You're fat and you have no resume. It's always the people that are always the haters are subpar people.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
I've never had a big casting director like Deborah Zane. I've auditioned for all the big casting directors and I've been cast by them. I've never had one of those people get mad at me because I pitched myself. It's always, or tell me I'm not supposed to do that. It's always people you've never heard of, right? That are casting little crappy things, right? Like this girl that told me, this casting director, like I looked at what she was casting and it was like basically porn, right? And she's telling me that, brand isn't important. I'm like, when you're casting something real, come back and talk to me then. Right.
Yeah. The only pushback I've ever gotten is from subpar people. They're like, how dare you reach out to the director instead of me first? And I was like, you could have just not responded.
Laura said, this isn't Girl Scouts. I'm not paying dues, but I will sell my cookies.
Heck yes.
You will sell your cookies. Yeah. Go out there and sell yourself. Believe in what you have to offer and know what you have to offer. Right. Understand how to talk about yourself as a product. If you would like to join our Actors Biz School, we have it on sale today for $297. It's a recording, it's branding for the actor, marketing for the actor, sales for the actor. I mean, these courses, there's 15 courses and they come with workbooks and they help you do all of those things. We're also going to give away another hour session with me here in a few minutes. That's a $497 package. You got to be here on live with us. You can do that by going to actorsfasttrack.com and going to the live section. And so what we have to offer today is a ticket to our Pitch Fest for
$47.
$47. You can't go to a casting workshop for that. And you get to develop a pitch, do your pitch to a group of agents, right? And you get their email addresses the next day for $47. And it's not just pitching. I'm going to spend the first part of the day telling you what you need to do if you get a meeting, helping you figure out what are the questions you need to ask if you get a meeting, how to work with an agent once you get an agent. We're going to go through all of that in the beginning of the Pitch Fest. So join us for $47. You can't beat that. The other thing we're selling is the UGC course, which is normally $297. We're selling it today for $97.
You'll make that back in literally 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's 8 1-hour sessions, and we have a huge amount of stuff for we have all this samples we share in Google Drive with you that has samples and
email pitches and
a name of where to look for work, right? Which also going back to what Emily said, if try other things besides Backstage. If Backstage isn't working for you, go to some of those other sites and start submitting you on those other sites and looking for it. Do I have the list of the agents that will be there? Sarah, I don't give it out till afterwards, but I can tell you some of the people that we've had in the past. I can tell you that definitely we have Harder Allen, which is a great agency in London this year. Simon Allen, he's an American agency. He has a couple of my clients. I'm very excited of that. We've had Ketty Scott in the past. We've had Curtis Brown in the past. We've had Hamilton Hodel in the past. We've had major agents in the past come, right? American, we've had Entertainment Lab, right? That's like a huge management company. We have House of Representatives. We have Avalon Artist Group. We've had, oh my God, so many.
You've had so many. And also, I think that another great thing to think about, guys, because you do get the email list afterwards, which means the pitch that you learned how to do for 5 days prior, you get to also record it and send out. Like you're gonna be able to do so much. I don't know where else you can get that for $47.
No. And also the reason I don't give out the list really, Sarah, is because every year someone doesn't show up. Like every year someone gets the time wrong, someone in London's like, oh, I thought it was that time for me. No, we gave you the time. Even though we give them the time in their time zone, there's always someone that doesn't show up or two people that don't show up. So when they don't show up, we have to move around quickly behind the scenes because we want every room to be even, right? So we have like manager that always comes, and she signed a few of our clients, and she always comes, and she works with like 3 of my clients in London. Right. So like, for instance, if someone in London didn't show up, I'd put her in the London room because she, at the international room. Right. So then when we send the list on Monday, it's going to be accurate about who was in your room, and maybe one year everyone will show up, but it never happens.
Never happens.
But
also Michaela just made a really good point. She said, all this information is brilliant, but where do I realistically start? What steps do we take to move forward without being overwhelmed, without being efficient? I'm going to say this to you right now. You're here. You signed up for the Pitch Fest. The Pitch Fest at the end of the month. Start thinking about what you want your career to be. And then when you prepare for the Pitch Fest, trust me, just start there. If that's already going to change your mindset. But also, just hold on, I'm seeing everything else. How can we know it's casting near us? That's what IMDb Pro is for. That's what Production List is for. That's what Deadline is for. Variety, they're always announcing.
Production List is a great way.
I love Production List.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good.
So Michaela, I know it's overwhelming when you start, and I get that, but Jordan's right. Come to the Pitch Fest, and the other thing is I want it. Yeah. Michaela, you're the other winner.
Yay!
Yay! So Michaela, you're going to spend an hour with me, right? Working on your brand and working on your pitch, and we can talk about that then. So you can walk away from that hour with a plan. So congratulations, Michaela. You are our second winner for the day.
Yeah, thank you for being so active and asking so many great questions. Honestly, guys. Yeah, so we're going to have more of these. And we have a couple more questions before we got 30 minutes left. So Yasmin says, how can we know what is casting near us? This is your job as an actor. If your job was to make cookies, like she said, you want to know where every local supplier is, where's the organic supplier, the flour, all the different things. It's your job to find where all the announcements are. And this is where your homework comes in. If you're not working every day in your acting career, what are you doing? Part of that is research. Part of that is finding out. Part of it, they've been announcing casting calls on Instagram lately that people have been booking from. There are things everywhere lately.
If an agent told me it was slow, I would fire them.
Yeah.
Because it's not slow. The problem is the roads that the agents are using, Actors No Access and Spotlight and casting networks, are broken down. They're not being used. The woman that won the Oscar for casting this year said, oh, we didn't use the road. We didn't use Actors Access to find our actors because of NDAs, you guys. That's why nothing's on there. That's why agents are saying it's slow, because everything in the industry is changing daily.
Yes.
And so if they're not smart enough in their business to adapt to the new reality, that's what's happening. Right. And so, but literally, your agent should never tell you it's slow, because it's never slow. And you should not just be depending on an agent. You should be doing it yourself.
And I think that's the biggest thing, guys, is that Doing it for yourself will let you know and give you the insight of exactly how things are going. And now that you've been here and you're going to sign up for any of our things today, you're going to be part of the Actors Fast Track community in our school, and you're going to learn updates all the time. But really focusing on pitching your own career is insanely important.
Yeah.
There was another question that was a bit higher.
Oh, you want me to go back up?
Yeah, a little.
Okay.
There was a really good question. Laura's question.
Okay, I'm registered for the East Coast, but I'm able to travel to other areas for non-local work. Will attendees receive our information? Yes, Laura. So on Monday, after the Pitch Fest, you're going to receive a list of everyone that was there and what room they were in. And then what I would do, Laura, is ahead of time, I would go ahead and shoot your 1-minute pitch so it's ready to go. And someone earlier asked, how do I send it? It should be embedded in your email because people don't want to click a link. It's dangerous these days to click a link. So Vimeo is one way to embed your email in you embed your pitch video. So when they open it, it's your face with an arrow on top. You can also just put a picture, your headshot, and then attach a link to the headshot. So when they click the headshot, it takes them to your pitch video. Right. So those are a couple ways to embed it. So what I would do, Laura, is, and you can even, if you want to do a special pitch video with your clips in it, you can do that. And then you can send it to everyone, and you can send it to the people that you pitched for live, right? So you can send it like, hey, it was great meeting you yesterday. I pitched for you in this room. Here's a pitch video with all of my clips edited in. So you can send it to them because we're going to send you the emails the next day. Okay. And every year 2 or 3 people get signed by agents that they weren't weren't even in that room. And also, Laura, always say I'm a local hire, right? I'm a local hire. I'm a local hire. I'm a local hire because, you'll get your ass there if you get an audition or you get a booking, and we don't have to be there to audition anymore. How many live auditions have I had? Look, you guys, I've had some commercials. I booked a commercial this last year that's still running. But I had my first live audition in 6 years for a series lead in a new Netflix show in December. Right. But I've booked tons of stuff in the last 6 years without going in the room. We just don't go in the room anymore. So you could live on the moon and you can lie. You should lie. Listen, during COVID, I had a client that, when they told you had to be there, like you couldn't come from somewhere else. I had a client in LA that booked 2 TV shows in New York, and they didn't know she was in LA. She flew herself across the country. She got here in time to get the COVID test and get the testing. They didn't know she came from LA, right? You got to lie, y'all, right? Local hire. Make it convenient for them.
Heck yes. Heck yes.
Right. I'm telling you all to lie. Yes. Good job. Right. So congratulations to our winners. We are going to be here for the rest of the summer, y'all. Just so you know.
Oh yeah.
We're going to have many. So be on the lookout. Follow me. Oh yes. What is the link for the Pitch Fest signups again?
So
Emma, you can go to my profile if you want to, or we're putting up a QR code on the screen, but you can't see that because you're not here. You can see it on Instagram, but you can't see it on, I shouldn't have said that out loud, on the TikTok.
It's all good.
But it's event.summerpitchfest.com. Event.summerpitchfest.com. And you can go right there and get your ticket for $47 today. Event.summerpitch.com. Right? Yay!
Look forward to seeing y'all there.
Yes, we're going to have so much fun. I mean, I'm getting such a great group of agents this year and that are saying yes. I fell out of my chair when Simon said yes. I was like,
sure.
Well, I have a client that's with him that is in a really, really big sequel movie that's coming out this year. Yeah. And, and he's top of his list. And then I have another one that works all the time. And so he said yes right away. So I'm excited for that. And every year they're blown away. These agents are blown away
So much
because
so.
they don't see these. They don't see these 1 minute pitches. And if they're, and we're going to show you during the week leading up to it, we're going to help you build your 1 minute pitch. So not only are you going to be pitching on the day, the week before, you can show up every day. We'll send you the recording every day, or you can show up live and I'm going to help you build that pitch. So you're going to, you're going to get a lot for $47, a lot. So yeah. Great. Let me just make sure there's no questions over here. No, we're good.
Okay.
Yes. What about Instagram? We're good there. No, we got that. Okay,
Yeah.
great. So again, we have about 20 minutes left. We are offering a $47 ticket to pitch yourself live in front of agents online. And then you get the emails for all those agents afterwards.
So you get the support rehearsal and be able to do the pitch challenge before leading up, and then doing the pitch fest. Then you'll get to pitch the room, and then you'll also get the contact information, guys. $47 is a lot to do. You get for $47. Also, guys, we also have our $97 UGC course. So if you guys are all also looking to find ways to make extra money as actors,
$250,000. We have a client that's making $250,000 this year.
Yep, and he co-teaches the UGC course with me, guys. So you're gonna learn exactly
$250,000.
Yep, exactly what we both do to make a boatload of money easily.
And he built that in 5 years, y'all. 5 years. 5 years. That's it.
And now with the speed of UGC, guys, you could do it in less.
Yeah,
literally, you could do it in less.
Okay, so someone has a question about brand.
Oh, I love this. Yes,
that's my favorite thing to talk about, Yasmin. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what my brand is. Okay, so the brand is your essence. Like, what is the thing that shows up all of the time, right? It's kind of like the name of your restaurant. So the name of my restaurant is Adorable Bully. Now, when you hear that, you kind of guess like what kind of characters I play. But like every restaurant, you have a menu and you have best sellers on your menu, right? So my best sellers over the last 42 years of acting have been Adorable Bully, which is like a Karen, right? I've played a lot of Karens. I've played a lot of nosy next door neighbors, that kind of stuff. And then the opposite person that has made the most money is just the bully. Like, she's dumb, she's mean, she might kill you. She was definitely going to be in Sean Penn's movie about January 6th. I am crawling up Sean Penn's butt. I'm going to be pitching Sean Penn. Sean Penn, if you're watching, I'm coming for you for that movie. So I play her a lot. Those are my two best sellers, the bully and then the Karen. And those all fit under the category of Adorable Bully. Now, in the beginning, you might not be able to get to just those two words, right? But we have a whole process that we put all of our clients through, and that is in our Actors Biz School. It's called the branding class, right? And I teach branding different than anyone else.
Yes.
Because you've all taken branding workshops and have notes, and you have them in a desk somewhere, and you haven't done anything with them. That is not what we want you to do. We want you to have a label, because and to get on the grocery store shelf, right? So if you have a label, people know what they're getting and that's what they want, right? So it's not like I play doctors and lawyers and professionals. No, it's deeper than that. Like, what is the thing you always bring to the party? And if you don't think that, I can brand Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep has this eliteness that she brings to every role she plays. Even in The Dango Ate My Baby. I didn't kill my baby. The dango ate it, and like, right? Or even in like Sophie's Choice, I can only choose one. Like, she has to choose one child, right? Like, so there's this thing that she brings to every role. And then sometimes it's a perfect role for her, like Devil Wears Prada, right? But like there's an essence. It's always this like, I'm up here and I'm sort of judgy a little bit, right? Okay. Fallout Girl, Lucy Bevan, God bless her, is casting assistant. said at a workshop, if we want to be in major movies, we have to sign with a top agent because they don't use Spotlight. I told you they don't use Spotlight. So pitching is the way to go if you don't. Absolutely.
Yes.
You got it. You got it. And you can get auditions for major movies without an agent. Mm-hmm. I've had people get auditions for Barbie, for Wicked, I can go on and on. I mean, I had someone get a series lead without an agent. So I've seen it happen over and over again, right? So you can. And they aren't using those paths. You're exactly right. That's the problem. That's why there's going to be a new thing. It's a coming. I know it's coming.
Also, I wanted to say to Yasmin's point about good branding versus casting type. Casting type is out the window. No more girl next door. No more like silly stuff like that.
But your brand might be the girl next door that doesn't have any underwear on.
See, there you go. There you go. There's your brand. But yeah, everyone has a very distinctive brand, but you have your different flavors.
What's your brand?
My brand, I think, is still Brazen, Unbridled, and Blondie. Though I'm not blonde anymore. I used to say it was the love child of Jennifer Lawrence and Amy Schumer, but now I say I'm like the mix between like Margot Robbie and like 1990s Drew Barrymore. Very much. Yeah.
So, she and Brazen, Bridled, and Blonde is what, that's you,
Mm-hmm.
You play those hardcore chicks.
Yeah. I'm the crazy chick that either is going to get us out of the jam with the keys to the getaway car, or I'm the one that's going to steer your boyfriend because you pissed me off last weekend. Like, but I'm also like, but the thing is I'm always a little edgy and I'm always a little sexy, but at the same time, so it can be vulnerable. Like I'm going to be the drug addict in Law and Order SVU who lost her mom. I don't know. Like, like I always play a little trashy, but in shades of trash. I played a hooker like 4 times one year. It was really great. It was really great.
Yeah. And if you're trying to figure out your brand,
mm-hmm.
You guys always start with like, what scenes, when you first go into an acting class, what scene did they give you?
Mm-hmm.
Because the acting teacher is branding you. They're typing you. They're seeing what they see and they're making a decision about that, right? But listen, if you come to the Summer Pitch Fest, that whole week we're building your pitch for you and helping you do that. We're going to be talking a whole lot about brand.
Oh yeah.
A whole lot about brand. And if you really want to get into the study, join our Actors Biz School, which is severely discounted today for $297. And that will give you 15 recordings and it's lifetime access to these recordings and the workbooks that go with them. And that can really help you. But if you come to the Summer Pitch Fest, we're going to be all about that. We're going to be all about helping you build your brand.
You're going to learn about how to get representation. You're going to learn about how to brand yourself. You're going to learn how to do stuff without representation, but know how to pitch yourself for representation. You're going to get contacts to pitch. So we're going to teach you, support you. We're going to go through rehearsals of it. You're going to have a great community. And then you're even going to have the exact emails of who to pitch when it's over. So you have a full cycle of success with getting that $47 ticket.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been doing this for 14 years. And then by the way, in January, we pitch to your customers. So in January, we do a pitch fest where you pitch to casting directors, producers, and writers. And boy, Heidi, we have some amazing producers this year in our masterminds.
Oh yeah.
We had the head writer, one of the head writers for NCIS in our mastermind this year. We had the executive producer of 911. We just had Sam Anderson. For you guys in London, you know him. He's the male lead in Amanda Land. He was just on our mastermind. We bring in a guest every month for our clients, and they get to communicate. The guy from NCIS let everyone send their material in. Yeah. Right?
That's so they know that with Actors Fast Track, they're going to get a certain kind of actor.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that.
People tell me that all the time. He goes, oh, I'm like, I get something and I'm like, oh, this has to be an Actors Fast Track actor because they're so realized and so there. And I want you guys to be that. You all can be that. It's not something special, right? And it has nothing to do with talent. Mm-hmm. Nothing. When you don't get a job, it has nothing to do with talent almost any time ever, ever, ever. Because think about this. When you go to the grocery store looking for French cut green beans, you don't go to the shelf and you don't go, Mexican green beans, this green bean, You don't do that. You just go till you find the one you want, right? They don't think of you. That's why you should not be asking your agent for feedback.
Mhm.
Why? Because if you ask your agent to get feedback why you didn't get a job, he's going to call the casting director, and the casting director is going to have to think of some reason why you didn't get the job. They don't have a reason why you didn't get the job, but they just didn't pick you. So, and it's usually they'll have to think of something that's bad about you, right? There's nothing bad. You didn't get the job because you did a bad audition. Look, one time I forgot my lines totally in a Modern Family audition. And it was because my agent said to me before I went to the audition, you better get this. That's my favorite show. He totally cursed me.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm in the room. I'm forgetting my lines. Jeff, the casting director, finally goes, Valorie, just read the script. Y'all, I cried all the way across the Fox lot because I knew I had the worst audition I'd had in a long time. I get home and they put me on a veil for the role.
You never know.
Right? Because I looked like what they wanted it to look like. I was going to play Eric Stone Street's sister, right? I looked like him. He's from Kansas City. I'm from Kansas. I mean, my God, I should have been cast. But I didn't get it. But I was put on a veil for it. He knew I could do the job. I just had a bad day, right? And that's like, so you guys, even when you suck in an audition, you might get. So many times when I've done a bad audition, that's what I deem as a bad audition. That's when I book it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We overthink it too much, especially with these self-tapes. But don't worry, guys. Oh, look, Michaela's from Kansas City too.
What? You're from Kansas City?
See, we knew. We could feel the.
I knew it, Michaela. I just came from Wichita. My mom's there. So I just flew back yesterday. Boy, my arm's tired. That's awesome. I used to live in Kansas City. My sister went to UMKC. Yay! We love that. Oh, Laura says, I'm a professional with something to hide. Oh, I like that. Okay. So we could work with that, Laura.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could work with that. Like, yeah, you are the corrupt, upstanding person, something like that. What I recommend, Laura, and we'll talk about this more, is go to the thesaurus online and say, okay, I'm kind of like a corrupt. So put in corrupt. See if there's a better word for corrupt. I do bad things. So what's a good word? Like evil. Is there a better word for evil? Like, because I'm the buoyant, ballsy broad who will take you through the fun house. That's the very first sentence of brand I ever wrote for myself. Buoyant and ballsy are very specifically picked adjectives for me because people always said, oh, you're like Kathy Bates, but you're cuter. You're more bubbly. So I put bubbly in the thesaurus and I got that word buoyant. And I'm like, oh, I like that. Like I tend to be more up here, right? And then ballsy is a funny word. It means like tough, but it's like kind of funny tough, right? So I chose those words very specifically, and I did that by plugging in different words to the thesaurus, which gave me the perfect adjectives. So one of the first exercises we always do in our 3-day event, which is in January, is we do the adjective exercise, which is something great that you can do with your friends and just have them list a bunch of adjectives that you're like, as an actor, right? Yeah.
For example, Laura, like you said, diabolical, or are you devious? There's different ways.
Yeah, diabolical is good. That's taking a big stand too, Laura. Mm-hmm. Like, people make a lot of money playing evil people. Like they may have the whole career playing bad people, evil people, mean people.
Oh yeah.
Right. So you can really milk that for,
be in your villain era.
Yes, be in your villain era. And I have to say, you guys, I've been an actress since I was 3. And I've always been the adorable bully. Like, even when I was in high school, I was like playing Mary Tilford in The Children's Hour, Mercy Lewis, right? In The Crucible, they're all bullies. They're all bullies.
But adorable bullies.
But they're adorable. Because I'm adorable.
Sure.
All right. So we only have 7 minutes left. So just quickly again, if you want to we're going to be here all summer. We're going to keep going. I know
we're going to keep
because people like our show. We're going to be, so today we have our pitch fest for $47. You get to pitch yourself for agents from all over the world live online.
And get their contact information.
That's $47. Then we have the user generated content course, which is 8 hours of recordings, several pieces of help for you, like a whole spreadsheet about where to find UGC work, sample pitch decks, all of those things that you get access to in that course. That's only $97 today.
Normally $297 for $97 today. I teach that with Mike Provenzano, who's making $250,000 this year.
Yeah.
UGC.
Yeah, it's a really good way to make a living as an actor right now. And then last but not least, and certainly not least, if you would like access to our Actors Biz School, which is 15 courses, recordings, workbooks that come with them. We are offering that today for $297. It's normally $497. It's an amazing program.
And you get lifetime access, and it has about negotiation, branding, pitching, everything.
How to keep or fire an agent.
There you go. Social media.
How to run your acting business like a business. Social media for actors. I mean, we have so much stuff in there.
And there's so many templates, and you get school support, which I think is really, really great, guys.
Yeah. So we hope you join us for one of those things, Actors Biz School, the UGC course, or Summer Pitch Fest at that deal. We will be back. I don't know when it is, but we'll let you know.
Back in July.
Yeah, make sure you're following her.
Yeah, I'll be around, guys. Also, for everyone live on TikTok right now, make sure you're following Valorie live right now, because we're going to start announcing more of our upcoming streams, and I'll be doing them with her. So it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll be sharing a lot more insight all summer long. And by the end of the summer, guys, you'll be on the fast track either to your career or in the middle of it. So yeah, you by the end of the summer, guys, you can all be making literally 5 figures minimum per month. Yeah, as an actor.
Like it's really important to me that you make a living acting.
Yes.
That you're a full-time actor getting full-time results, because we are so trained. Like, again, I'm going to ask you this question. What would you do differently if you had to pay your rent acting? What would you do differently than you're doing right now? Think about that. Because most of you are part-time actors, right? You're sort of kind of doing it. You have this idea of this thing you want that's up here, but I want you to open your business and be pursuing it every day. I mean, you can have Sundays off. We're here on Sunday, but I want you to be working. I want you to get paid. I want you to make a living as an actor. And I don't care what anyone tells you, you can do that. Now more than ever.
And it's possible. I mean, you could do something. You could have taken something that you learned today, apply it for the next week, and you could be having a job by middle of July. Like, you never know, guys. Trust me. But yeah, everyone on TikTok, just make sure if you want to join us on the Pitch Fest for $47, the link is in her bio.
But you can also do summerpitchfest, all one word, .com. event.summerpitchfest.com. You can put that in and you can get the ticket for $47 today. Right. Yasmin,
did you sign up for the Pitch Fest?
I think she said she did.
Cool. Because Yasmin,
I always wanted to be an international actress, but I have no idea how to do it. I have a ton of actors that are doing it.
Oh yeah.
Jordan, tell them where you are.
Hi guys. I'm on all social platforms at Jordy_Starbaby. So it's JORDIE_Starbaby, STARBABY. And I'll be starting to do a lot more stuff, and I'm going to start doing a lot more TikTok shop stuff on my TikTok, so you guys will learn other ways to make money. ASAP, thank you for posting it. Guys, I'll have a lot more to share with y'all, so everyone can make lots and lots of money.
So first of all, Yasmin, I always recommend you start where you are as an actor, because there's work everywhere now. Like, I have a girl in Budapest that's booking everything without an agent. I had to get her one after, because she 4 days and Ron Howard's new movie, new Apple series. Like, she was booking everything in Budapest, y'all. There's a ton of work wherever you are. Start where you are and look for work there and get going. And that doesn't mean I don't want you reaching out to the big buyers, even if they're in, the UK or they're in Romania or wherever they are. I want you reaching out to those people for sure. I want you, because it takes a while to build those relationships. But start where you are, and then you can start to add different things. But we are in a global world right now. We definitely are. And so we talk about that a lot. I mean, I have actors coming over here that are booking stuff and vice versa. So you can definitely do that. Like right now I could get a global artist visa in the UK, which I'm thinking about.
Do it. And we also have courses on teaching you how to do that as well, guys. We have a lot of people internationally. I was trying to work internationally. Now I'm trying to work in Canada. So honestly, there's a lot of support for those overseas to come to the States and vice versa. So we're really, I think you're one of the only people that really does have support doing that.
All right. Well, gosh, it's been really fun to be here with you today. We really appreciate you guys being here. Congratulations to our winners today. Every time we're going to be giving away this 497. So make sure you come on and you join the live stream. And don't worry, me and Jordan will get better about telling you on social media.
You're going to get so annoyed with us. We're going to be talking about like crazy people. But guys, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you're following us on all platforms. More importantly, we'll see you next month, guys. So keep your eyes open, and we'll see you guys at Pitch Fest.
Yeah, we'll see you at Pitch Fest. Love y'all.
Bye.
Love you, TikTok. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.